What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. This morning, today is Willy Wonka Wednesday. I will be putting out a Willy Wonka in a little while. I'm getting everything ready, and I was scrolling through the comment section, right? And apparently, a lot of you guys enjoyed the video I did. That was based off of the scenario of Woody and his criming Snoop, or his homie Snoop. And the video I did where people had asked me, do I think it's fair for someone to do the time for someone else's crime? And I'll try to post a link up here for those of you that didn't see the video. It's either going to be on the screen, you can click it on the screen, or it'll be in the description, one of the two, if I remember. And then I saw today, thank you guys, and I appreciate the engagement. I saw today there was a question, and the question was along the lines of, why didn't the dude that ratted on me, why didn't I ever get him touched or dealt with for what he did? And I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and speak on that. So, when I got arrested, you got to remember this guy. So 4 people involved in that were there with me that night got arrested fleeing the scene. Now, I have to be completely honest. The night that the shooting took place, before I got in the car and fled the scene, I told everybody that was there that if anyone mentioned my name, that I would smoke them, and that my name better not come out of anybody's mouth ever, right? So now go back to 4 dudes got busted fleeing the scene. All 4 of those guys. So what originally happened was they got fingerprinted. This is what I read in the transcript on the police reports, right? And what the DA had said. So initially it was 2 juveniles and 2 adults that got busted, right? Fleeing the scene. And my victim was initially placed on life support until the family decided, unfortunately, that it wasn't, the doctors told him that, like, he's no longer here, and so initially the 4 were booked for attempted murder. And then when the family had to make the unfortunate decision to no longer have them on life support, they got re-fingerprinted. Now, when they first got fingerprinted for attempted, the 2 adults started telling right away. The 2 juveniles were, knucklehead, man, fuck you guys. Give a fuck about what you got to say, this and that. And then when they pulled all 4 out again to fingerprint them again, they were like, you already did this. They said, no. We fingerprinted you earlier for attempted murder. He's passed on now, so this is for murder. Then the 2 juveniles decided, hey, they had some shit they want to get off their chest. Now, initially, all 4 of them all blamed the guy that wound up telling on me. All 4 of them. I was never brought up. One of them later turned around and told the cop, yeah, it was after the other dude turned himself in and told on me. He's like, yeah, he's telling the truth. And so they go to the county. The 2 juveniles go to the juvenile hall. And let me tell you something that I don't think I've ever said on tape. So the 2 juveniles, I actually wasn't even really going to trip on them. I was like, they're kids, especially the 13-year-old, man. Right? I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to push an issue on this kid. Well, what do you know about? And I already know everybody who told, right? I'm in the county, and the 13-year-old writes me. And he's like, hey, homie, this, and that. And He's like, yeah, so-and-so, the 15-year-old, he goes, we got him on Leva status right here. We fuck him up every day, this and that, for tallying and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I wrote him back and I said, hey, you did the same thing. I saw all the paperwork. Why the fuck are you throwing everything off on him, when you did the same exact thing? Never got another letter from him. This is similar to what the dude that told on me tried to do to other people, right? Later. Weird fucking shit. But anyways, the 2 adults went into protective custody in the county jail. The 2 juveniles went to juvenile hall. They put me in high power. And so I'm in the county. We go to our first court hearing. I don't know if it was a first or second. Of course, the two ratas got to go on bail. Like, come on. Anybody that knows anything, especially in Santa Barbara, you're not getting bail on a murder. If you participated in that, you are not getting bail. But see, there was favoritism. Oh, nah. How'd you get out? Oh, they bailed you out. Oh, all right, cool. To me, it was cowardice, right? So they're out there running around, and then they get sentenced. A couple dudes got a year in the county. One of the juveniles got 5 years in White. The other one got sent to Boys Republic. For those of you that remember Boys Republic out there in Chino. And then the one that told on me got 5 years in the joint, right? And so here we go. So he winds up in the county jail with me. Now, put it like this. I don't want to get into details, but I get pulled out 2 different times. My attorney, get an attorney visit. And my attorney's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like you don't want to ever try to get out of prison? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I have to go to a damn hearing because so-and-so, the dude that ratted on me, supposedly you got a hit out on him. And so there was this whole thing where the CDC didn't know which reception to send him to because there was word that the paperwork had already been sent to the reception center in Wasco where we went, and that people were waiting. They do the whole Hollywood drama shit, right? Back then, you had to do it was minimum 4 months in Wasco reception before you could leave. So what wound up happening is he got transferred ASAP, and he stayed in Wasco 2 or 3 weeks. Then he got sent to Centinela. He was going to get moved on there, but he asked around. Somebody didn't know who he was, and he asked, hey, who's here from Santa Barbara? And they told him, and he knew. Oh, those 2 ain't playing. There was other ones, but from the neighborhood, there was 2 that he knew were close to me. One was in the Hoyo. The other one was right there on the yard with them. It's my homeboy. My homeboy went into the cell to get him, but he had already PC'd up. He had locked it up off the yard. Now, in all of these things, I want to get back to something. The question is, how come I never had him hit? And believe me, I could have when he got out. Easily. I had homies. Before I even say that, let me go back to the question, why didn't I have it done? Why didn't I have him done in? Why do I have to tell someone who's supposedly a gangster how to deal with the trash in our neighborhood? That was the reason why I never told anybody to do anything to him. I remember one of my homeboys had a cell phone. One of my homeboys, I called him. He's like, hey, what's up? And he asked me, hey, whatever happened with you and so-and-so? And I was like, come on, don't play dumb, man. Everybody knows, don't play dumb. If you don't want to do nothing, then don't ask a question. Because once you ask a question, and then I know you've been around him, now I got to look at you like him. And he's like, oh, nah, fuck that. He goes, I didn't know, homie, for reals. He goes, watch, next time I see him, I'm going to fuck him up. I said, that dude's going to knock you out. I can't take that away from him. The dude had knockouts. I said, if your plan is to fight that dude, I said, save that ass whooping because he's gonna whoop your ass. Eh? So for me, it was always, why should I have to tell these so-called gangbangers, these so-called gangsters, what to do? That's the reason why, and this happens in a lot of neighborhoods, right? And this is why I trip on people that want to politic against certain people in the neighborhoods, but then other dudes that they know are dirty as fuck really are rats. Right? But they have a reputation, so it's like, oh, that's all. Hey, what's up, homie? But I had several occasions, homies that were not from Santa Barbara, homies that were not from my neighborhood, tell me, hey, we could get this done, Holmes, if you want it. I said, nah, you're not from my area. You're not from Santa Barbara. See, we were raised in my neighborhood where nobody comes into Santa Barbara and kills somebody from Santa Barbara. If it has to be done, it has to be a dude from Santa Barbara that does it. Just out of respect. It doesn't look right when somebody has to come from Los or anywhere else. You know, I had people from Los offer. I had people from Chiques offer. Hey, we can just slide right through. And if I was really that spiteful, really hateful, all I had to do was give him the address. I knew it. Knew where he was. It wasn't for me to do. It goes right back to the Woody thing. And somebody else asked a great question this morning too. Because I had said in the video, look, if you and your homeboy decide to go and do something and you guys get cracked, you guys got to ride that beef. If your homeboy did it and they pin it on you, you got to do that, right? And somebody in the comments asked, well, what if Snoop wasn't even with Woody when it happened? That's his homeboy. He's still with him because he's still from the same barrio. With him means, hey, that's your homeboy from your. So what was Woody? I mean, what was Snoop supposed to do? Snitch? No. He ain't supposed to. That's your homeboy from your neighborhood, Holmes. You guys, when somebody kills for the neighborhood, everybody in the neighborhood gets that recognition, right? At least the whole neighborhood does. You're a part of that. But I just wanted to answer that question. I felt like it was a good question, and that's the honest truth. I felt like it was something that nobody needed to say. Nobody should tell somebody, if you're really about that life, and I don't condone that life, believe that. I don't want nothing to happen to that dude. I really don't. I remember one of my homegirls. She asked me at one point, hey, so what's up with you and him? And, he had his wife and his son, and, and I told my homegirl, I said, you know what? I'm not going to gossip about the dude. I'm not going to be a comadre. Everybody knows what happened, and it is what it is. I said, but the fucked up thing for him is his son is going to grow up and feel and realize that his mom has more balls than his dad. True story. If I were to run into him, because he's around. Somebody recently told me they saw him, right? If I saw him, I would hope that I wouldn't want to slap the shit out of him. Because at the end of the day, I'm a better man now because of his cooperation. I needed to be incarcerated. The person I was then, I remember when they did the probation report. They do a probation report and they talk to the cops and they talk to different people and then they give their recommendation as far as what the judge should sentence you to. And I remember the sergeant, he made a comment and he said that I had not, and the DA said the same thing, that I had not been a law-abiding citizen since I was a small child. And the sergeant said, if it wouldn't have been this case, that I would have killed somebody else after. And he was correct. At the time, I didn't want to hear that. I was like, man, he don't know me. Yeah, he knew me because he had dealt with me, a version of me, a bunch of different times. So he knew what he was talking about. And all of my co-defendants, all my crime partners, whatever they did, as long if they can look at themselves in the mirror and they're happy and they have no guilty conscience, that's between them and God. I am nobody to judge them. You know, and this is another cautionary tale for those that want to play gangster. There's really gangsters in the streets. And you hang around with people, and if you're not, I've said it a bunch of times. If you're only in it 99.9%, it ain't for you. If it's not 100, get the fuck away from it. Because you're going to put yourself in a situation that's going to get you hurt. That you're not ready for. If you're 99.9%, you're not ready for it. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out.